Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at the Blur for season 21 of the SWBA, and we have a marquee matchup picking up in the bottom of the first inning. We apologize for the delay. In the booth with me today, I have Mr. Alex Heck and Steve Hayes of the Athletics. I'm going to do a quick shout out to 1356 Public House, the presenting sponsor for season 21. Join us. Everybody joined us on Friday for the opening day social event in the private event space at 1356, and we kicked off our Memorial Day weekend tradition. But we are deep into Sunday. Playoff scenarios are starting to come about. I'm going to turn it over to Alex and Steve, who will take over the broadcast. 1-0 Yankees in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, well, thanks for having us, Sam. So, apologies to 1356 Public House, but I don't think any of the A's made it.
They did.
Oh, some of the A's made it.
Keaton
So,
Adams.
thanks for having us.
Keaton saved you.
Yeah,
Making the team representation
That's
team
right.
Adams.
That's right. And thanks to Ben Webb for
Everyone's
trading
saying
Keaton to us for a 12-pack of beer. That was very
contradicting all your
generous.
other
He's been
before you even
pretty good for us so far. So, for those catching up, we're in the bottom of the first. Steve, tell what happened in the top half.
See, bottom of the first, Will was pitching.
Sam, you do need to move off to the side so I can also see.
Honestly, I couldn't see who scored there.
Well, I think we're
But we've got two teams playing today that are in the thick of it here. So, Edlo, what's your guys' record?
5-2.
We got a 5-2 Twins and a 1-loss Yankees. So this is a marquee matchup here. And let's see how the Twins do.
some people.
Being down 1-0 here.
Yeah, the Yankees kind of dinked the ball around in the field and had there's a first pitch strike.
You don't see that very
You
often,
don't?
Chris.
No, you don't.
Chris getting a first pitch looking out.
No, Chris is many things, and not aware is usually not one of them. Seems that he wasn't quite ready for that. Anyway, so the
Get
Yankees
Spencer
are
Bogat
up.
up to bat.
Spencer Bogat up. Spencer is a former former MVP, current Tool, up to bat.
What, Spencer? 1, 3, 2, 4.
And he
that's
grounds
a
out right
second
there.
out.
That's a quick
Oh,
inning.
it's a lackluster.
You don't see that a lot from the Twins. Maybe Spencer was wearing the right
That was
jersey.
a
They had
get
the right
strike out of the way
mojo.
from swing, and I hit it.
Spencer, why don't you, Spencer, we're going to live stream.
Why'd you look
Go
like
live.
an idiot there?
Pardon?
Yeah, definitely waterfall that.
Why?
Tell us what happened out there.
Can you put into words why you're so bad?
Me, personally?
No, me. I'm talking to me. I'm interviewing myself.
Jesus Christ.
So now we're top two. Gus up to bat.
What's wrong with you? I'm sorry. Room!
That's a can of corn. Will Rath at one point this season was 8 for 8.
He went up to 13 for 13.
13 for 13.
He kind of jinxed himself that game because he
Yeah.
started telling everyone around that he was 13 for 13, and he
But you
got
know
out
what?
immediately after that.
Lucky third.
Another quick
Wow.
half inning
If we get one
on a
more
marquee
in the first
matchup.
game,
This is pitching and defense only.
You know,
we're getting to the bottom seven.
Bottom two. This feels like a playoff game. And we're going to take a break to say we want to thank our division sponsors at this point. Corner Pub and Grill, Ketting Eye Center, and Cardinal Blinds and Shutters for their loyal support through the years. Good luck to all the teams today as they try and claim their division crowns. This certainly is a marquee division crown
For
type
two-
of matchup, even though they're not the same division. You know what I mean?
For two great teams here, I would have thought it would be more of an offensive matchup than what it is.
Yeah, but you know, this feels like this has the tense feeling of a playoff.
Corey with the hit to right field, dropped in
Wow.
first single.
Kevin displays that Division I athleticism.
I see where you're going, Will, and I love it. That's the first pitch.
I gotta say, you know, that's the difference of when the playoffs come Monday morning. People are a little tense. You get these low-scoring games between teams that normally hit well, and they just seem to go quicker, and that's what this is feeling like.
Will's up to bat. He's got a count of
53 according to the gun.
2-1.
2-1.
The last one was also 53.
Will, who may be leading the league in batting average.
He's got to almost be in MVP contention
I think so.
with this pitching and his
I apologize to our viewers. Our GoPro is not showing the lefties. We had to put it off to the side. Didn't mess with our radar gun, so you will not see Will Rath, Chris Metter at the plate today, but their names will be up.
Well, let me describe, for those who can't see Chris Metter at home, let me describe him for you. Mysterious, dark, silent, but deadly, and I'm not just talking about his flatulence.
In medium height.
Of medium height, but increasingly toned build as he continues CrossFit. Chris has always been a gamer, a strategist.
Not many words spoken this year from Chris.
No, as is his wont. Chris, I think that there's as many rules made in the Skippy Football League to combat things that Chris did as there have been made in our Fantasy Baseball League, Steve, to combat things that Chris did. The infield dirt, or the dirt around the batting box, is for Chris, who would bunt. We had to have pickup limits in a week in fantasy baseball because of Chris.
Mm-hmm.
What other rules, Sam? Can you help us out there? What else did Chris inspire?
Can't square to bunt.
Yeah,
I did see Chris do a little bit of a swinging bunt earlier this week.
He does match
Just a little dinker down the left field line.
We planted more trees after Chris won an MVP. We couldn't have that anymore.
That's true. Yeah.
So-
Chris was the really took advantage of the short porch in right field.
Chris had a walk, and now it's first and second for Spencer. Got ball one. Scott.
You know, one point of thought here. Are the Yankees throwing off today, not throwing Gus? In a big matchup. You would think Gus is their best pitcher. Are they saving him for the playoffs? You don't want to have a team that you may face in the playoffs see your best pitcher. You don't want to get too many looks. Is that what's going on? Or are you just saying, we'll take the advantage of this game? What do you think, Steve?
I think so too. I wouldn't have thought to put Scott in a big game like this. But yeah, you're right. I mean, this is how many times over years have these two teams played each other in the playoffs?
Seems like
And with their premier ace and Gus,
that's a
with the
wild
wild pitch.
you hate to see
I
that.
don't know about that call.
Sam Bakula thinks that's a judgment call, but then again, he's in the banking world where you can buy anybody's opinion.
What? Great AB.
And anyway, that mindset of throwing off, that's just not something we're used to, Steve, is it?
No.
Sunday is pretty much our biggest day most seasons, isn't it?
Yeah, good AB.
It's the make or break day. And
For the A's, at least.
so Spencer walked, now got bases loaded for Corey McCarthy here.
Maybe you should make yourself useful.
Don't let me play. I'm not picking up the ball. Okay.
What's funny too is that, for as many years we played in this league, it's still a strategic move not to pitch Gus, even though all these guys have faced Gus, hundreds of times.
For years. But there's something about not seeing Gus for 363 days.
Yes.
And then you see him again.
And then you face him in the playoffs.
Yep.
Run it.
We got a pop fly
And
in infield.
There it is.
Ooh, Gus secures the grab for the second out. And now we got top three.
Top of the third.
Top of the third. And I just want to say a special thank you to our new philanthropy sponsor, Everett Dolce Vita. We'll be making a donation to the Ron McDonald House of St. Louis to every home run hit in season 21. So let's hope for some more offense here in this game for Everett Dolce Vita to donate more to the Ron McDonald House of St. Louis.
Yeah, there's nothing I would love more than for this to turn into a barn burner. The Ronald McDonald House, just great work every year. Just putting up families who need it. Just a quality.
In their time of need.
Yep. And I'll tell you, that double quarter pounder is tough to beat.
And that new McCrispies.
Ooh.
It's not quite a Popeye's chicken sandwich, but the McCrispies are still pretty good.
Speaking of just pretty good, Sam Bakula up to bat.
Taking two balls at the last one being close.
Yankees have to be the composite tallest team in the league. Steve, how do you think that affects the game?
You know, as we saw last year with the Yankees winning it all, I think that tall height, you know, they all somehow locked in at the right launch angle, and it's almost like all their swings, you know, became in unison.
It's like Aaron Judge out there. They just take up a whole lot of the plate.
I haven't seen much. Even though sorry. We got a foul ball here for Sam. I feel like this year we might not have seen as much as just towering home runs this year compared to last year, other than the teams that play the A's.
Yeah, we've certainly witnessed some of those when we're in the field, but not as much when we're in the batting box, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam!
Oh, Sam with a
Let's go, Sam!
scorching home run to center field.
Those are those surfing muscles there.
2-0 here, Yanks.
In what's been a quiet affair, Kevin Poley up to the plate.
So far, that Gamble putting Scott on the mound could be paying off. You know, you're playing one of the other best teams this weekend. Oh, we'll get a single up the middle here by Kevin.
That's a scorcher. You know, I just got to say, there's a piece of my heart that dies every time I look out in the field when the Twins are playing and Edlow's not in right field. It's just something I miss.
Or on the mound. You know, Edlow, I think, led the league in ERA a couple of years ago with his gyro ball.
Mm-hmm. I'll
and
never
this year,
forget
with the emergence of Will on a hot start, is Edlow going to get another at bat again in this league? On the verge of potentially making the Hall of Fame this season?
You know, I sat next to Edlow, and he sure smelled like a future A. But we'll see.
We would appreciate the height that Edlow would bring to our team. He would definitely raise our average height that we need.
Yeah, we could use that. He could counteract Paul.
Yeah.
Will v. Gus. This is a matchup.
Oh, with the liner up the middle, Corey.
Back to Will. And that's single.
Just another single here.
You know, good job of Will by knocking that down. That actually, those are some of those hits that could carry out if you don't knock it down. So that's actually, while you would have liked to see him complete that play, that's still good.
Oh my God, another scorch wrap as well. Secured a no out still, and then we got bases loaded here.
When you watch the Yankees, you don't think about small ball like that, but they can kind of do it all. And this is exactly when they make you pay.
Watch how far they get.
Bases loaded. Sam, first pitch swing foul. This at bat might be the, you know, they can either tear it open here with a potential grand slam, or, you know, Will can get out of this and the Twins to make a run here at the bottom of the third. But
yep, the momentum of the game seems to be hanging in the balance here.
Ooh, another ball. Will's battling up there. The heat, the sun's on him. He's kind of on an island of his own up there on a Sunday afternoon. Oh my God!
Sam makes
That's a grand slam by Sam Bakula.
Just a great piece of hitting. That's a lonely feeling out on that mound.
Oh yeah.
You and I have
the
both
last
felt
two
that,
batters,
Steve, haven't we?
I felt that many a times. You know, the two batters before hits Will on the comebackers. Couldn't make an out, and then he left up a grand slam. That's tough.
Yep. You know,
he's probably developing some sunburn on the shoulders of his up there.
Which certainly isn't helping the mobility.
No.
Kevin Poley up to plate. You know, Kevin the folks still speak of the home run that Kevin hit,
Ooh.
and he makes it out there. But
Like 3 times.
5th grade, Kevin Foley at Adam Cruz hits a home run over the big pine in Adam's backyard. I don't know if anybody here can appreciate just how big of a home run that was. It's the equivalent of hitting it over these trees out in dead centers. To this day, the biggest home run I've ever heard of. And he still has that potential to do that. Gus with the big
Gus
room,
with the towering
Chris
fly
looking
ball.
for it.
Job, guys.
Wind carries it out of here.
Yep.
We have
on, Scott, keep
7-0 here. Yankees in the top of the 3rd.
You know,
And Will is laboring up there. And
Yeah.
people here in the stands are wondering, when are they going to bring in Edlow?
Yeah.
Are they going to keep it willing? Okay. And for the second out there,
yeah, Corey McCarthy makes a great play. Corey McCarthy has been he's emblematic of the Rays in a way. And I'll finish that thought here in a second. Before I say thank you to our new playoff sponsor, certainly we're featuring 2 future playoff teams, as it seems to be. Ballast Dental Care. Whether you're hoisting the trophy or not at the end of the Memorial Day weekend, your teeth will always be cared for like a winner at Ballast Dental Care. Let new part owner Charlie Bakula and the folks at Ballast Dental Care be your next dental team. When it comes to your teeth, they won't settle for anything less than excellence. Accepts Delta Dental, Cigna, and have their own in-house insurance as well. Set your next appointment today.
Lots of walks. Not throwing any strikes.
Well, here we are. That was a
Throw strikes, Scott. They're not swinging.
bottom 3. Twins in a unfamiliar feeling down 7.
Throw you 8 balls. Yes, I do think that.
Will Rapp,
Are they-
he of the former 13 for 13.
Oh, okay. Throw strikes, buddy.
is he going to help pick himself up from the mound here at the plate?
Yeah.
Or is he run cold since his 13 for 13 start?
You know,
I think all those years playing under Chris I've seen a lot of his hits are dinkers down the left field line, but hey, he's getting on base, he's getting singles. He's seen Chris the master do it for years now.
that's right. One lefty teaches another. Will Rath, great tennis player at Parkway South High School. That goes underrated.
Oh,
for
really?
sure. Oh, yeah. That's where you think of if he's just,
A team of tennis players these twins are.
yeah. You can see it a little bit in his swing. Will Rath.
Alex, do you know any former tennis players that might be help with A's?
Will Rath, as it were. You know, my
Oh, what the bomb, a towering home run. Can it fall under? Nope, that one is way out of here with the Will Rapp to open it up here for the Twins.
that was a bomb. That was a bomb.
It's a 7-1, bottom 3 here.
Chris Metter up to bat. Haven't seen too much from the field out of Chris Metter this year. Normally he's thought to be the best fielder in the league. Not to say that he's played poorly in the field. He just hasn't had opportunities to make some of those difference-making plays. Again, that I've seen.
Not to interrupt you, but did you guys see who was leading in Platinum Hands before Sunday began?
Who?
No.
Your teammate, Paul Castellano.
Well,
That
doesn't surprise me one bit.
Paul is just getting the recognition.
Yeah.
He should be getting the recognition that he deserves from all these years.
That's a long time coming.
Out of all the good teams out there, Paul might get the most hard hits at him compared to some of these other teams.
We certainly keep him busy out
Yeah.
there.
So he might have a couple errors out there, but I can't imagine many other left fielders getting harder hit balls at him.
No. He's throwing his body around out there.
Yeah.
And that's actually, remember, Steve, when we signed him, that was our thought, is we need a difference-making fielder. And people forgot about Paul because he was on these
He's
teams.
on the Royals. He even played
He was
the
on the
field this last
Rays
couple
and
years.
in the Royals where there were players who were great fielders and he wasn't needed. So he didn't play left field. But,
We'll walk here to Chris Metter.
yeah.
And you know when this last game, Paul, when he sat on the bench for the first half, and Keaton made about 4 plays in the field.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I know this game isn't about us, but it sure feels like it could be about us.
Oh,
Spencer Bogad with a home run. Are the Twins building momentum, or is this just some noise in the dark? We'll see.
The good
Corey
position
McCarthy.
that the Twins have got to feel real comfortable in is, even though they're still down 7-4, they know they're the home team here.
Yep.
And you know they rattled off 4 runs there quick.
Yeah.
They can do that anytime.
Yep, they can hang crooked numbers in a hurry. Corey McCarthy, I was starting this thought earlier, but he's reminiscent of a player on the Rays back in the day. He's just solid, all around a very solid player. He's a good fielder, heads-up player, good hitter, smart hitter. Wouldn't surprise me if he could pitch in a pinch. Just a good athlete out here, which is, what the Twins go for.
So
Outside of Edlow.
So we're gonna get 3 innings of Scott here, and as this game starting to get closer, do you think that they bring in Gus? Do you think that they switch things up?
We'll see. I mean, that's a question. What is Gus nearing his innings limit? I don't know. I would doubt it based on the way that they are playing for the postseason already. Scott, though, does he have a side?
Always, oh my gosh, it's 2 straight looking strikes to strike out Corey.
Scott has a Cy
got
Wiffle
one.
award, though. So, as much as we talk about throwing off, there was a time when Scott's knuckler was
2009,
Yeah.
the year, or 2010. No,
I think it was before the franchise.
Oh my gosh,
And it was
strikes
before-
out Will looking
Wow.
It was while Gus was commissioner. So.
to end the inning.
Okay.
2 straight strikeouts.
So maybe some bias there. 2 straight strikeouts by Scott.
Wow.
That is
to end the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah.
With
That's
the
not
score
something you
being 7-4 Yankees.
Is this 7-4 or 7-3? You said 4 earlier, and I went with that, but I thought it was 3. It says 4 on this. Well, I pressed that because he said 4.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's the score over here? What's the score?
Ah, Steve.
Well,
I went with you.
Whoops.
Thinking you were paying
7-3.
attention.
7-3 here.
It's hard to see. I can't tell who's on base or not. Top 4.
Top 4, Sam Baculo at the plate. Will Rath on the mound.
Same with a grand slam in his last bat. Is he gonna?
Sorry, folks.
Yeah, there you go.
Sam's
Hitting
been
outside corner there for a strike.
Yeah, that's filthy. You know,
You guys know Sam wears size 8 shoes?
lefty pitchers are becoming more common in this league, but for a while, Will was the only one, and he throws that slider, and it just breaks outside. It looks like it's way outside, and then it comes and hits that outside corner. That has been a tough pitch to hit for as long as he's been in the league.
A true lefty specialist for this long, and then this year he finally got his chance at the plate and it hasn't disappointed.
No.
It's all right. Live there.
Sam laboring this
Sam
at
will bite
bat.
on one. Job, Sam.
I feel like Sam is one of those players who will either bat over 500 or he'll bat under 400.
Room.
Yeah.
Got it.
Same with the pop up there to Corey.
A
in right
streaky
field.
hitter.
Very streaky hitter.
The green thing.
Come on, kid. I'm big enough. I don't know. We do this every year, I think. Forget.
Kevin Coley.
No, I don't forget.
You know,
Taking his time up there.
yeah.
Ooh, good pitch from Will there.
literally don't forget. It feels like I just. You know it's not to not do it. Yeah.
And that's a
home run. This thing feel angry swing by Kevin.
and an angry celebration
They're
there.
angry swing.
You know,
Staring down the players on the field for
yeah.
that home run.
As much as we all compete, as much as we all love to talk about our athletic achievements, Kevin is the one who's competed at the highest level, being a Division I baseball player.
There you go.
We've had a few come and go.
Gus with a
but
comeback
he's the one
here
who's
to Will.
stuck, yeah.
8-3, Ben.
Standing. 8-3 Yankees going the bottom 4.
We had ours.
We had our season 21 home run derby last night, sponsored by the generous folks at Four Hands Brewing Company. We hit some dingers. We made some money for charity. We took part in a beer tasting from Four Hands. Don't forget to mark your calendars for our partnered event with Four Hands to test your wiffle skills at their downtown brewery on August 26th of 2023. Steve, you gonna be there?
I will be there.
I'm not gonna be there, so I'm glad you will.
August 26th. Yeah, I'll be there.
Well, it's gonna be a
Four
great
Hands.
time. The folks at Four Hands, man.
They make some great beer, and
Yeah.
we're getting some on a hot day like today. We're sitting comfortably under a nice Four Hands Brewery tent, and it's protecting us from the sun. It feels great. Nice breezy shade under here. Thank
we-
you, Four Hands.
Thank you, Four Hands. We still got some beers in the fridge over there, so that's the gift that keeps on giving.
That's right. Four Hands, they make some of the best beer. Great,
Yep.
great St. Louis local beer. We got Chris up the bat here, bottom of the 4th, down 8-3, down 5 runs.
This has the feel, although it's separated by 5 runs. You do feel like the Twins can make this close in a hurry.
Chris hasn't spoken all game. You can tell he's just devising something in his head. But how
He's scheming.
to catch someone off guard? How to get his next hit?
Or should I save that move for the playoffs?
Yeah. Should I tank this game?
Yeah.
You know, he's got all the different chess moves in his head.
One step ahead.
It's interesting watching the Yankees field, Chris. They've got a true infield, almost infield in alignment. Both fielders on the infield on the each side. But Chris takes a walk here for Spencer.
Yeah, you gotta adjust against the speedy Chris Better.
And he's looking to get either pull the ball or go to left field. He can direct the ball in any direction he wants out there.
You gotta defend the whole field against Chris. Spencer Bogat up to the plate.
We get a pop fly to right field. Is it going to get out of there? Oh
That
my!
carries.
Yes, it does.
That's the exact spot. I'll say that. Not to take away anything from Spencer Bogat, because that's a good piece of hitting, going the opposite way there. But those just seem to carry in that right center alley, where you don't have to hit it that hard, and it just seems to go.
And a lot of them are just, they're about 2 feet over the fence, but the outfielder is always on the other side, always starts on the other end, and no one can catch up to it. And it's almost like, as an outfielder, it's like,
Yep.
you could have had it. Oh, Corey with the top flight of center field, is it going to carry?
Kevin Poley gets
Kevin
in right there.
kicks down.
Get Chris up here.
Got one out here, bottom 4th, 8-5.
Making some ground up here. Will Raff. He who was batting 1,000 just earlier today.
Yeah, there you go.
The man who only hit singles
Yeah.
through Saturday.
Swing and
Twins
miss
making
there.
a dent here in the bottom 4.
How many of those do you think have happened?
But as we all know, it's all about
Everyone looks
as the home team bottom 5. So it's
Just try to make it a little easier for the potential walk-off.
Scott with a little good strikeout there.
Scott with another strikeout.
They had
Man,
that
he's,
breeze on that last hit.
Scott's
are no bells being rung this year? There's a bell.
They stopped sponsoring.
Hey, ring that bell!
Bell's now on the strikeouts though, guys. Bell's on the home runs now. Bell's on the home runs now.
Okay, well, the bells are on home runs now, so Steve and I, no
still,
one rings
like,
bells
it's-
for us regardless, so
Yeah.
we just don't know.
We got top 5 here. Will's still on the mound. We're going to start with Scott at the plate. 8-5 Yanks. Will was once a Yankee, wasn't he? Will was once a Yankee.
Will was once a Yankee.
Scott with the towering home run. That one carries out of here left center.
Right when hitting ended, the breeze started.
Okay.
Sam up the plate. Ooh.
Hey, it's out the way now. And if you're the Twins here, obviously you want to mitigate as much damage as possible. If you're the Yankees, you want to pile on that lead because, as we've said, anything goes in the bottom five.
There's always a lot of magic that goes on.
Because you're trying to not let it hit them.
Will just trying to limit the damage just to 1. Again, it's
Yes!
oh my God, Ryan Sanchez Willis might be the biggest home run I've seen so far this weekend. Hits it on the sweet spot. Same with a
Keep it going.
torrid game at the plate so far today.
Obviously the Yankees have great players, but there is a sense of as Sam Backer goes, so
With
the
that
Yankees
first
go.
pitch strikes out of Kevin. That's first out there.
You hate to see that. But when Sam Backer gets hot, this is a tough lineup to go through. Because you got Scott, you got Gus, you got Kevin. And when Sam can go on a string of 50 than any hitter in the league. And that just makes them way deeper than a lot of lineups here.
It's true when you hit towering shots like that, even if you only get 1-2 of those games, the other team feels a little intimidated. It's like, oh my gosh,
like a
this guy
monster
just hit a
dog.
400-foot home run, wiffle ball home run off me.
Good pitch.
Just with a little bit of a new look this year with the bandana. I like it, I gotta say. I'm a big fan.
Gus with the strikeout. That you don't see that very. He
10-4.
chased 2 pitches out of the zone.
5.
You don't see that.
We get the bottom 5 here. Let's see if the Twins can make it a comeback here in the bottom 5th. Down 5.
And I gotta say, a big thanks to Doug Meyer and the Mo Whiff Mojo, new sponsor of the SWBL in season 21. The Mojo, made up mostly of SWBL players, are contending for a title in the 3rd season of Mo Whiff. Follow all the fast pitch action every week as they continue their quest for the championship.
So yeah, Chris leading off here.
Matter, a member of the Mojo.
Chris Metter, a member of the Mojo.
And Gus.
And Gus.
Chris
And there's a
hits a liner up the middle.
And that
Scott
is what
couldn't
Chris
corral it.
does. Those quick hands there, he can turn over a ball. You see him he just has more margin to decide to swing than a lot of people.
Never in a rush, comfortably knocks it right up the middle.
Yep.
Scott rushes to get it, couldn't quite get it back up to the pitcher's mound in time. So we got man on first, Chris, Spencer at the bat. Spencer taking his time.
And in this league, as many unique things as this league has. We have the radar gun, we have the weird field. Fielding is king.
There you go. Come on.
It's a foul
when you
ball
make an
down the
error-
right side.
More times than not, they're going to make you pay for it.
Spencer playing around in the batter's box a little bit. Is a little bit of a mind game for the pitcher, Scott, up there.
Yeah.
It could be, bottom 5th, just trying to get in this pitcher's head as much as he can.
And again, how much of this is a chess match for their eventual playoff game?
There you go.
And he hits a
Spencer.
liner in the left field gap for a single. We got 2 on here for Corey McCarthy, which
No out.
this is with no outs. Down 5.
We got ourselves a ball game.
This could be the play of the game here. Scott looking around, looking at Gus. Potential pitching change. I don't know.
Good.
Ooh, Corey.
Right where you want that.
Foul ball to right field.
Sometimes you like seeing that
That's
first
yours, not
strike
picking
that
out.
out of the way. Corey wisely.
Ooh,
Nice.
takes a close pitch on the outside of the plate. Oh, with the whole, is he gonna get caught? Oh my God! Kevin throws it in to save it
What
from
a
being a
play
home
by
run.
Kevin
Way out of here. But
Wow.
Twinko dove out of the field, threw it back in.
Hey, you're out.
Corey McCarthy goes Oppo Taco, just a rope, and Kevin robs it out of the pine tree back into the field. Taking what should be a 3-run home run into a single.
Chris scored. We got 10-6, but no, it's just first and second.
No outs.
No outs. They're out there repairing the outfield fence after Kevin miraculously saved that from being a home run and falling over on the other side.
I gotta say, this fence upgrade is It's just one of the better upgrades we've had in this field. We used to have the orange netting, and when somebody made a play like that, it would take about 5-10 minutes to repair. And I'm not saying that was bad. It was the best we had, and it was great. But this fence is awesome. We'll wrap up the plate here.
Little foul ball there. Get the first strike out of the way. Kevin's going for the outside of it. Outside of the zone there, making Will reach.
Good AB.
Schmeier at 10-6 here, Yankees. No outs, first and second.
Good AB.
Bottom of the
Way
fifth
low.
inning.
Way low. Low ball.
Potential playoff matchup.
Low. Low.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh, Will Rath, just missing there. And a reminder, we have a gentleman's agreement on most calls here in the field in the SWBL. So you heard them saying low earlier on that pitch by Scott. We're sportsmen, if nothing else, and sportsmanship's important. As Will
Ooh,
strikes out
with
there.
Will's. This is an untimely strikeout here with the first out. And we have Chris Menner up to bat. First and second, 1 out, bottom fifth, down 4. Can he extend this game? Gets us, try to get the first strike. Try to get the first strike out of the way, but it was a little heat there, so we got an extra ball.
That's one of the
First pitch strike still in play.
Oh, with the swinging bunt there.
Oh my
And
God!
he
With that
shot forward,
smart
makes the
play,
play.
with it,
Wow.
tried to do a swinging bunt down the line,
and he
and the
erases that hit
pitcher
by Chris.
Scott Pulley runs
Game over.
down,
That's it.
grabs it, tags third base to end the game. Chris stood there with his hands on his head at first baseline, saying the chest move
Yeah.
didn't go his way.
Yeah.
Scott's athleticism got him to third out to end
Chris
the game.
moved his rook in position and said check, and Scott made the play and said checkmate there.
Wow.
So that is
the Poli brothers with the two miraculous plays
Yep.
in the bottom of the fifth inning. Kevin to rob the home run, and
Yep.
Scott to get that force out at third.
Just a great game by two great teams. Potentially a playoff preview, maybe even a championship preview. Certainly look forward to that. And we are wrapping up here. I'm Alex Heck of the A's.
I'm Stephen Hayes of the A's, and
Captain, my co-captain. And we're proud to present this